Taurus, this is going to be a reading for you for my Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Let's jump straight into it. If you would like to see more readings from me and this is your first time here on the channel, welcome for one, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you never miss a beat in the future. Also, any information you need to book a personal reading, to join our email list, especially if you're into daily horoscopes and whatnot, will be listed below. For my link tree, and you'll also find my Patreon. Literally everything to follow me on my social medias will be below. But let's go ahead and jump into your reading. We have the spread here. Let me pull 2 overall personal theme cards. Okay, so we have smiley face in action. We'll put those there. And then let's pull 2 advice cards as well. Okay, and we have anxiety and we have door to value. So let's just put those there. And let's get into your reading. So first card I want to address is the card at the bottom of the deck. I have the Death card. So going into November, I think that there's going to be big changes that you just feel led to make. These changes that could be happening around you, like I said, you could just have one day where you wake up and you're like, you know what? I want to delete my social media, or I want to change jobs, or I want to shift certain things that I've been giving my attention, focus, energy, time to. Okay. I feel like also there could just be this moment where you realize that maybe you're stepping into a new chapter in life and you can no longer fight the fact that you are stepping into newer energy. Okay. And then you stepping into new energy, you may have to leave behind an identity that you don't resonate with anymore. All right. And there could be certain relationships around you that you're starting to realize could be completely done or could be wrapping up here. Okay. Definitely this energy of change and transformation, especially with that lunar eclipse that is going to be taking place in your sign November 8th. Okay. Yes, I'm mentioning astrology. This could be very, and then also, yeah, and that's so funny that Scorpio is also on this axis of the nodal axis. But anyways, continuing, going into the reading that we have laid out here. First card's going to represent the personal theme with the Knight of Swords. I feel like you guys are very focused coming into this month. You could have very specific goals and desires, and you do need to work on patience though coming into this month, because it may not happen as quickly as you would like it to, or with the swiftness. And you want to be careful too that you're not just kind of like doing things and not really paying attention to like the details and whatnot. But for the most part, coming into this month, this is definitely you having tunnel vision, you seeing how you want to achieve certain goals career wise, and just I feel like you guys are narrowing down your point of focus. If you've been distracted, it's like you're saying no more distracting myself, or no more being distracted by this. Okay, you could also get some random communication that comes in this month as well. Maybe you randomly hear from an old friend, an ex. All right, and you're going to have to use discernment on whether or not this person's intentions are good or bad. Now, when it comes to career and finances, I do have the Star card in reverse. So you could be feeling like you don't really feel connected to a career anymore like that. Like you could be feeling like you want to pursue a job that's more so in alignment with like your goals and where you see yourself in the future. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur and now you're not, necessarily as focused, or I don't even want to say focused. Maybe you haven't gotten started with the plans or getting, focused on your goals. And you could be realizing that more and more and more this month as well. I'm also seeing you're trying to lift certain expectations that you placed on yourself. Maybe you have very extreme expectations that you're having to rework this month as well. Yeah. Main thing I'm getting, if you're not working in your dream career, November is going to show you how you may be needing to like focus on putting yourself in position and not being distracted by a career that's not headed in the path that you're trying to go. Now with love, I have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So again, I see this huge focus on not stressing out, worrying about an ex, somebody who you're on a break from. Some of you, it's either you're like really stressed out about this person and you're realizing that you can't keep staying in this mindset, especially if it's sending you into a spiral of depression or overthinking. But for others of you, it's like you're not bothered at all. Like as much as you thought you would have been stuck or stressed out or worried, you could be in a space to where you're not really feeling anything. And that could be a little bit concerning for some of you, or a weight being lifted off of you as well. You could also be mirroring a love interest here. So if you're thinking a lot about another love interest, they're thinking about you too during this time frame. But possible challenge, I do have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So this is the reality of a romantic situation that could be challenging to accept. Maybe you're starting to see that someone isn't necessarily as like forthright and they haven't been all the way upfront about certain things, and there have been certain allusions to what's been really going on. Others of you, this is narrowing down your options in terms of career path. Maybe you are interested in a couple of things and you're needing to narrow down one thing to focus on, and also like being practical about maybe pursuing other options could be difficult as well in terms of your career. Also, just mixed emotions on a personal level. You could find yourself going through emotional roller coasters, and the challenge could be shifting out of this. Okay, the energy just could be very heightened during this lunar eclipse, prior and after. Now, advice for you with the 8 of Wands in reverse: any area in your life where you are experiencing blockages, or you feel like you're not getting over certain things, or just things feel stuck and stagnant, look where you are like basically holding yourself back. I'm also seeing something here about travel plans. Make sure that you're looking over any travel plans that you may have, and that you're not just like rushing into like a trip, or like letting someone else handle the logistics. Make sure that they're, doing what they need to do in terms of like booking hotel rooms, like whatever travel plans you have, make sure that you're double checking them. Okay. But in terms of what to avoid coming into, or not even what to avoid, what you may not see, coming into the month of November, I do have the Fool card. So an Aries could be very prevalent during this time frame, or Spirit is pushing you into new territory, is pushing you to go out of your comfort zone. And that's why you could be experiencing a lot of resistance when it comes to going back to the past, clinging on to the past, is because Spirit is saying no more of that. It's time for you to go for a new approach or go for newer things, especially in the realm of love and career. Okay, playing it safe isn't safe anymore. Now, what to avoid with the Queen of Swords, this is being in your head too much, thinking too hard, speaking to someone who brings your energy down. Okay, those are like the main things I'm getting. Just sitting on ideas as well, like having brilliant ideas, but then just kind of sitting on them and not really like exploring them. And then outcome for November with the 10 of Wands in reverse, I think that you're going to be finally dropping some sort of baggage or stressful energy that you've been like carrying on from either a past experience or a relationship in your life. Like you're finally letting go of some sort of burden here. I also feel like anything that's been weighing you down throughout the whole entire month, closer to the end of this month, you will clear it up. You will be able to get out of some sort of stressful energy financially as well. Now, what I see for the cards that I pulled, the Oracle cards, in terms of the personal theme, I have smiley face and we also have sunflower here. So personal theme, I feel like you get to create the happiness or the vibrations in which you're feeling during this month. I think that also too, Just your personal happiness could be reflective of your actions. So be aware of certain actions that you're taking that could be helping or hindering you. Okay, what could be helping is you maybe getting into a workout routine and maybe like using that as a form of distraction, especially if you're trying to stop smoking or something like that. Or for example, for some of you, what can make you really happy is you starting that business finally, instead of just kind of sitting back and thinking about how you would feel in having these things, but more so creating those opportunities for yourself. Okay. And then in terms of advice, I have door to value and anxiety. So be careful of letting your personal anxiety scare money away, scare opportunities away, and be careful of fear keeping you from those opportunities that you want, that you desire, just because you're too anxious to take that first step. Okay. Now let's look at your love life really quickly. What's the energy around my Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? My Taurus who are in a relationship. So we have let go of control issues. So if you're in a relationship, there's definitely a need for you guys to find new ways to handle issues in this relationship, especially when it comes to defensiveness. Maybe you freeze up whenever there's arguments, and then you just kind of shut down, or your person does the same. Also, if things are very confusing as of right now, understand that you can't really control how other people move. All you can do is control how you respond during the month of November. All right, my single Taurus, we have flirt. So there could be somebody who you're really flirty with, somebody who you're interested in, but things haven't quite yet, or may not quite yet, evolve into a serious relationship. You could be wondering also if somebody who you are taking a liking to is actually serious about one day maybe seeing where things will go between you two. But I see flirty energy. Maybe you're exploring your options as well and seeing where things may possibly go. And if you're a Taurus in a complicated situation, I do have trust here. So you could be feeling like you can't trust this individual who you have this, like I said, complicated situation with. There could be them saying one thing to you and then their actions showing you another thing. So it starts to be of question whether or not they're genuine, whether or not they want the same things that you do. Okay. But this is what I see. This was just an overview for November. I hope that this was helpful. If you did enjoy, definitely thumbs up the video and subscribe. And I will see my Taurus in the next one.